Hey, wanna play a game that's really challenging?
Like what?
Like Bop It! It commands,
Cool.
you obey!
Bop it. Twist it. Pull 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 it.
Oh boy, this is awkward.
Choose your host. Change the game. Hey, I'm your host, Johnny Pinball, here on the Johnny Pinball Show. I hope everyone's doing great in Pinball Land, and did you know it's been 121 days since David Fix revealed Galactic Tank Force? Stern Pinball's back at San Diego Comic-Con this year. Jack Danger and Brian Eddy revealed Venom, Stern's next game to the world, Wednesday, July 19th. We have Brian Eddy on design and Zombie Eddy on artwork, with Dwight Sullivan doing the code for this one. For those of you keeping track at home, it's been 801 days since Stern revealed the Mandalorian Pinball, Brian's last game. 2022 Comic-Con came and went with Ozzy Osbourne and Todd McFarlane sharing the booth with Stern Pinball. No sign of those two in the 2023 Stern booth. What is at the booth, however, is Venom Pinball in all its glory. Pro, Premium, and LE. You know what we do here. Let's give our first impressions and take a look at Stern's promotional material.
Stern Pinball is excited to launch a brand new line of pinball games featuring an iconic character from the Marvel Universe, Venom. Stern's Venom pinball games will immerse players into mayhem. Playing as Venom, choose your host and change the game. Gamers will have an entirely new physical and digital gaming experience. Battle Venom's archenemy Carnage and his army of symbiotes. Now let's take a look at the Pro Edition game feature.
I'll take it from here, Seth. You're good. You can go back to doing whatever it is a CEO does at Stern Pinball. Well, folks, there's the playfield. Looks like Brian Eddy crawled back into his shell and returned to his fetal position fan layout design. Not that the Mandalorian really veered too much from it, but he's back to a two-flipper game. And you know what they say.
Be smart, he goeth fan. Because Brian Eddy's greatest games are all fan layouts.
Well, I guess that makes Brian Eddy
Super genius.
Since it's a fan layout, all the action is in the top third of the game. We don't need to look at the bottom. We already know what an apron looks like. We know what the Insider Connect scanner looks like. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Ah, that's better. Being a fan layout, the shots are easy to understand and have arrows and inserts pointing directly at them. If you go from left to right, there are 9 main shots in this game. So let's go over the shots. On the far left, we have your typical orbit shot. Looks like you can flow all the way behind this game and come outside the right orbit. It's not clear if the Pro features an up post and a gobble hole that the Premium features, but just basing on this angle, I don't think it does. The next shot moving right is a standard 180 ramp. While these ramps are space saving, I'm not a big fan of 180 ramps because it takes a solid shot to get it to go through it, basically. But nonetheless, Brian has done this on this, and this 180 ramp feeds the lock mechanism. We'll get into that in a little bit. Continuing on right, we have the Carnage shot. Now this is similar to the Bart Simpson toy in the Simpsons Pinball Party. You hit the Newton ball, and the Carnage toy will slide up the track, clicking in like a roller coaster would click up on the lift hill. And if you get it far enough back, you're awarded some sort of points or damage score. The middle ramp, or in this case, it's the rightmost ramp, is very similar to the Mandalorian ramp. It's a tall plastic ramp in the center of the playfield that curves to the right and feeds the other locks on the right-hand side of the game. The center of the playfield features a twist on the AC/DC bell. It is the Venom Bell Tower here. This will activate 2x playfield, and it has a physical bell that actually rings, but there's also an electronic sound, which you most likely will hear while you're playing the game. To the right of the tower, we have a horseshoe. This is very different from the Premium LE version. It's just a simple horseshoe and not much else, not even a spinner. To the right of the horseshoe, we have your standard scoop with a VUC behind it to feed the right lock ramp. I'm not sure if that's what it does every time. It also may shoot it out back at the player as well. To the right of the scoop is the right entrance of the horseshoe. Not much to see here. And then finally we have the right orbit, which would scream around all the way out to the left side of the game. As you can see, the Pro doesn't have much on the playfield to slow the ball down. Brian Eddy said this game was designed to be play very fast, and that's apparent in the new locking mechanisms. They're called quick locks. Basically, when the ball enters the wire form, if there's already a ball in the lock, because they are physical ball locks, that's pretty cool, it will shoot one out before the incoming ball is even in the locking mechanism.
Confirmed Brian better player. Hey, you're seeing it here first, Internet. There's no trickery. Brian's kicking my butt already.
The one thing I really love about this game is it's so accessible. The shots are all easy to make and smooth, and it becomes the combos in succession. As you can see, the ball really moves in this game.
I love that, yeah, you'll have like two balls moving, but it knows only one's supposed to come out.
Right.
The logic there is incredible.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, Dwight and the software team has done an amazing job making all this work. Well, there you go.
Not only did we just get to see those fast locks in action, we also got a good sample of the sound effects on this game and what the LCD is going to display. Is anyone kind of hearing the sound effects sounding like turtles? I'm getting a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in there, and that's not a bad thing. LCD is looking great. It's definitely above Avengers and better than the Turtles because it's not the fake or it's not the 3D animation. So far, I think Dwight and his team are doing a great job with the sound effects and animations. Finally, what else did we get to sample in that clip? I'm talking about the music. The music in this game is definitely not Ozzy Osbourne, so maybe there's a Black Sabbath pin coming after all. Or maybe they just found Ozzy at Comic-Con and he just sat down at their booth, not realizing it wasn't his own booth. Both are equally as possible.
And I got across the road to get in my car, and I just step off the curb, and he goes,
And then I ended up at Stern Pinball. This guy Gary, he sits down and says, "Ozzy, I like your music. That's why we didn't put it in Venom." So in summary, the Pro version of Venom has 2 pop bumpers, 2 flippers, a bell tower, 2 physical ball locks, a scoop of the Vuck, and a Carnage bash toy. You can tell this game was really designed for the premium edition because the tagline is, "Choose your host, change the game." The premium edition of Venom is much like Godfather, where all the toys that are missing from the Pro are really kind of like diverters or ball path changes. In Dwight fashion, users will have a choice of 4 characters to start the game with, each having unique shock combinations, upping the replay value. Not only will replay value be higher because of the 4 characters, there are unlockable characters in this game. These characters are unlocked by scanning in if inside or connected, allowing the user's progress to be saved from game to game. Besides the different ball paths these diverters add to the game, there is an additional mechanism called the Doppelganger sculpture. It swings into action, revealing 3 uplift targets for the player to hit to defeat him.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Stupid sexy Flanders!
Remember in The Mandalorian, we had the Razor Crest to hit? It gets even better here. We have a Razor Crest times 3. Doppelganger is 3 targets. Speaking of the number 3, we have 3 models, of course, for Venom here. Pricing remains unchanged. Pro model $69.99, Premium model $96.99, and the limited edition model $12,999. Most likely already sold out by the time of this recording. So, what does Johnny think? Is this game going in his game room? It is not. I am a Keith Elwin fan, so I'm waiting for his next game. And I do like to play a game for many years before I decide to buy it. And Venom's looking to be a pretty good game. I like the artwork, although maybe not Zombie Yeti's best, because the playfield, if we look at it, you gotta admit, the playfield's a little busy. Comparing this game to like James Bond, you know this artwork is gas, as the kids say. In this early code, I like what I'm hearing from the audio package of this game. I think Dwight does a good job with the sound effects. Animations are top-notch as well at this point. The only thing that is to be seen and tested as well is giving it a whirl, playing it on location, playing it in a tournament, playing it in your home. Will the fan layout hold up in that type of situation? Also, we don't really know score balancing or rules depth. We do know there's a potential for a lot here with the Insider Connect saving feature, with the 4 different characters to choose, the unlockable characters, And then the Premium LE edition has all those additional ball paths to choose from. Potential buyers should also take into account the speed of the game. This game does not rest. It kind of has, with that quick ball lock, I don't know if you ever played roller games, how it tries to trick you with the ball spinning around in the lock mechanism. You kind of get that effect here with the ball already shooting out before it even locks the incoming ball. So maybe those who'd like to have a little break or socialize when they're playing the games, this might not be the best for that style game room. Personally, I'm not going to write it off just yet. You know, gotta wait and play it. And then kind of the final piece of the puzzle, theme. Does this theme connect you? Does this theme pull you in? Typical Stern fashion, I know nothing about the theme, but that didn't stop me from liking Iron Maiden or Godzilla. So I'm sure, as we all like to say, this theme will grow on me. Alright, that's all I have about to say about Venom. You know what? If you could write in the comments if you heard when this is going to hit the street. I must have missed that when their target date is for release, because I can't wait to flip it. If you just happened upon this video by chance, could you give me a like and subscribe? I appreciate that. The goal is to get to 500 subscribers this year. And as always, guys, play better.
It's an adversary game. You play against the skull. You know, he doesn't talk nice. He tells you what to do.
Shoot the tube for more time and bigger points.
But if you listen to what he says, he'll tell you exactly how to play the game.
Prepare for the ride of your life.